Have you noticed how some seasons of life seem to stretch far beyond what your strength can carry? Have you ever wondered why you kept moving forward when everything around you was telling you to quit? Today, I want you to listen carefully because these words are not arriving in your life by accident. There is a reason you are here at this exact moment. There is a reason your eyes found this message. Before you move on, before distractions pull your attention away, stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear can change the way you see your struggles, your waiting season, and even your future. I have seen every step of your journey. I have watched you walk through days that felt heavier than you could explain. I have seen the battles you never told anyone about. I have seen the silent tears that fell when no one else was around. I have seen the questions you carried in your heart when answers seemed impossible to find. Nothing about your story has been hidden from me. While others saw only your smile, I saw the weight you were carrying. While others assumed you were fine, I knew exactly how hard you were fighting just to keep going. My child, there were moments when you believed you were standing alone. There were nights when the silence felt endless. There were mornings when getting out of bed felt like a mountain too high to climb. Yet here you are. You survived what you thought would break you. You made it through storms that looked impossible. You are still standing, and that is not something you should overlook. Many times you called yourself weak, but I saw courage. Many times you called yourself defeated, but I saw endurance. Many times you thought you were losing, but I was shaping something inside you that could never be destroyed by circumstances. Understand this truth today. Your struggles were never meaningless. Every challenge carried a lesson. Every delay carried preparation. Every closed door protected you from something you could not yet see. When life did not move according to your plans, it did not mean I had abandoned you. It meant I was working beyond your vision. There are things happening behind the scenes that your eyes cannot yet understand. There are pieces being aligned that will make sense later. Trust does not grow when everything is easy. Trust grows when you keep believing, even when you cannot see the outcome. Many people give up when the waiting becomes uncomfortable. Many walk away when the answer takes longer than expected. But I have watched you keep moving. Even when your faith felt small, you kept going. Even when disappointment tried to settle into your heart, you kept going. Even when fear whispered that nothing would change, you kept going. That perseverance matters more than you realize. Every time you chose hope instead of despair, you were building strength. Every time you chose patience instead of bitterness, you were growing. Every time you chose faith instead of surrender, you were becoming stronger than the obstacle in front of you. The world often measures success by what can be seen. People celebrate results, achievements, and recognition. But I look deeper. I see the character being formed. I see the integrity being developed. I see the compassion growing inside you because of what you have experienced. I see wisdom being planted through every challenge. The things you have gone through are preparing you to help others one day. Your story will become a source of strength for someone who is struggling. Your experience will become proof that difficult seasons do not last forever. Stop allowing your past to convince you that your future is limited. Stop letting old failures define who you are becoming. Mistakes do not have the final word over your life. Disappointment does not have the final word. Fear does not have the final word. What matters is that you keep moving forward. What matters is that you refuse to let temporary pain become a permanent identity. There is more ahead of you than what is behind you. Today, I want you to release the burden of carrying everything alone. Release the pressure to have all the answers. Release the need to control every outcome. Some of the greatest breakthroughs begin when you stop trying to force things and start trusting the process. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. Transformation takes time. Do not rush what is still developing. A seed planted today does not become a tree tomorrow, yet it is still growing beneath the surface. And while you are waiting, focus on what you can do today. Choose gratitude. Choose kindness. Choose patience. Choose forgiveness. Choose faith. These choices may seem small, but they create powerful changes within you. The direction of your life is often determined by daily decisions, not dramatic moments. Keep showing up, keep learning, keep growing, keep believing. Your consistency will take you further than you think. There are blessings that arrive through persistence. There are opportunities that appear after preparation. There are victories that belong only to those who refuse to quit. Do not underestimate the value of staying faithful during ordinary days. Greatness is often built quietly before it becomes visible. Keep your heart steady. Keep your focus clear. Keep your mind fixed on what is true and good. Your current season is not the end of your story. If these words speak to your heart, take a moment right now and type "yes" in the comments as a declaration that you will keep moving forward. Let that simple act become a reminder that your hope is still alive. And as you continue listening to this message series, stay until the very end, because every part is designed to help you apply these truths in your daily life and strengthen your journey one step at a time. Remember this before you leave today. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not disqualified. You are still growing, still learning, and still becoming the person you were created to be. The road may not always be easy, but it is leading somewhere meaningful. Keep walking with courage. Keep choosing faith over fear. Keep believing that your best days are not behind you. And if these words encourage your heart and brought peace to your spirit, take a moment to like this message, subscribe for more daily encouragement, and share it with someone who may need hope today. And if you feel happy and blessed by these words and would like to help this ministry continue reaching people with messages of faith and encouragement, you can support the ministry through the link given below. Your support helps carry this light to more hearts that need it. Until next time, keep your eyes forward and your heart open, because greater things are still ahead. Before you allow doubt to speak louder than truth today, listen carefully. There are moments in life when everything appears unchanged on the surface, yet beneath that surface, powerful transformation is already taking place. Many people walk away during these moments because they mistake silence for absence and waiting for rejection. But I want you to understand something that can change the way you face every challenge ahead. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean nothing is happening. Some of the greatest changes begin where human eyes cannot see. For a long time, you have been asking questions. You have searched for answers. You have wondered why certain doors remain closed while others seem to open effortlessly for people around you. You have questioned why some prayers appeared delayed. You have questioned why some opportunities slipped away just when they seemed within reach. But what if those delays were not punishments? What if those closed doors were not failures? What if they were protection, leading you toward something better than what you originally desired? Too often, people become discouraged because they judge their progress by what is visible. They compare their lives to others. They measure their worth against achievements, possessions, or recognition. But comparison has stolen peace from many hearts. Comparison blinds people to the unique path unfolding before them. Your journey was never designed to look exactly like someone else's journey. Your timing is not their timing. Your assignment is not their assignment. Your purpose is not their purpose. When you spend your energy watching everyone else, you miss the lessons waiting in your own season. There are things I have been teaching you through experiences that no classroom could provide. Patience cannot be fully learned without waiting. Courage cannot be fully developed without fear. Strength cannot be fully built without resistance. Wisdom often grows through challenges that force you to think differently. Every season carries a lesson, and every lesson carries value. Even the experiences you wish had never happened have the potential to teach you something that will serve you later. Sometimes you ask for a stronger future while resisting the process that creates it. Sometimes you pray for growth while wishing every challenge would disappear. But growth often comes disguised as difficulty. Transformation often arrives through uncomfortable circumstances. The strongest roots develop during storms. The deepest faith develops during uncertainty. The most valuable lessons are often learned during seasons that seemed impossible to understand while you were living through them. I want you to stop seeing yourself as someone who is merely surviving. You are learning. You are growing. You are becoming. Every day that you choose hope over despair, you are becoming stronger. Every day that you choose gratitude instead of bitterness, you are becoming wiser. Every day that you choose forgiveness instead of resentment, you are becoming freer. These choices matter. They shape your future more than you realize. Many people are waiting for one dramatic moment to change everything, but lasting change is often built through small daily decisions. It is built through consistency. It is built through discipline. It is built through showing up even when motivation feels distant. Do not underestimate the power of steady progress. Do not dismiss small improvements because they seem insignificant. A river can shape stone, not through force alone, but through persistence. Keep moving forward one step at a time. There will always be voices trying to convince you that it is too late. There will always be circumstances trying to persuade you that nothing will improve. There will always be fears attempting to magnify every obstacle in front of you. But fear becomes weaker when it is confronted with faith. Doubt loses influence when it is challenged by truth. Discouragement loses power when gratitude enters the room. You do not have to believe every negative thought that crosses your mind. You do not have to accept every limitation that others place upon you. Remember how many times you have already overcome situations that once seemed impossible. Remember the battles you thought would defeat you. Remember the moments you thought you would never recover from. Yet here you are, stronger than you were, wiser than you were, more resilient than you were. The same strength that carried you through those seasons can carry you through this one as well. Today, I want you to focus less on what you lack and more on what you already possess. You possess experience. You possess lessons learned. You possess the ability to grow. You possess the capacity to choose your response to every situation. While you may not control every circumstance, you can control how you respond to it. That response has the power to shape your future. Do not spend your days worrying about tomorrow so much that you miss the opportunities available today. Be present. Appreciate the people around you. Appreciate the lessons you are learning. Appreciate the growth taking place within you. Peace is often found when you stop fighting the present moment and begin learning from it. There is a future waiting ahead that you cannot fully see yet. There are opportunities you have not imagined. There are connections you have not made. There are lessons you have not learned. There are blessings that have not yet arrived. Do not allow temporary disappointment to convince you that your story is finished. Some of the most meaningful chapters are still ahead. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit teachable. Keep your eyes focused on growth instead of fear. When setbacks come, learn from them. When delays come, grow through them. When challenges come, face them with courage. Every season has a purpose if you are willing to look for it. Every day carries value if you choose to see it. And before this message ends, I want you to make a simple declaration. If you are ready to stop comparing your journey and start embracing the path in front of you, write, "I will keep moving forward," in the comments. Let those words remind you that your progress does not depend on being perfect. It depends on refusing to quit. And stay with this series until the very end, because each message is building upon the last, helping you strengthen your faith, your mindset, and your daily life one step at a time. Never forget this truth. Your value is not determined by your setbacks. Your future is not defined by your past mistakes. Your potential is not limited by your current circumstances. Keep growing, keep learning, keep believing. What is being built within you today may become the very thing that changes your life tomorrow. Before you allow your mind to settle on everything that has gone wrong, stop for a moment and listen. There is something I want you to understand today. Many people spend years focusing on what they lost, what failed, what disappointed them, and what never happened the way they expected. They replay painful memories until those memories become larger than their future. They allow old wounds to speak louder than new possibilities. But that is not how you were meant to live. You were not created to remain trapped inside yesterday while tomorrow is waiting for you to step forward with courage. There are seasons when loss feels overwhelming. There are moments when disappointment seems impossible to escape. Perhaps you invested your heart into something that did not last. Perhaps you trusted someone who walked away. Perhaps you worked hard for an opportunity that never arrived. Perhaps you prayed for an answer that seemed delayed beyond understanding. These experiences can leave deep marks upon the heart. They can create questions that remain unanswered for a long time. But I want you to remember something important. What happened to you is not the whole story. What happened to you is only one chapter. There are still pages that have not been written. Too often, people build permanent homes around temporary pain. They settle into disappointment as if it is their identity. They introduce themselves through their wounds instead of through their growth. They define themselves by what they lost instead of what they learned. But your pain was never meant to become your identity. Your struggle was never meant to become your name. Your setback was never meant to become your destination. Those experiences may be part of your journey, but they are not the final description of who you are. My child, there were moments when you felt forgotten. There were moments when you believed your efforts were invisible. There were moments when you wondered if anyone truly understood the weight you were carrying. But even in those moments, growth was taking place. Strength was developing. Wisdom was forming. Resilience was growing roots beneath the surface. The things that seemed to be breaking you were also teaching you. The things that challenged you were also preparing you. What felt like an ending was often a beginning that you could not yet recognize. I want you to stop measuring your life only by visible results. Some of the most important victories cannot be seen immediately. The decision to forgive is a victory. The decision to keep believing is a victory. The decision to rise again after disappointment is a victory. The decision to choose hope when fear is loud is a victory. Many people celebrate public success while overlooking private courage. But private courage often creates public success later. The choices you make in difficult seasons matter more than you realize. There is a temptation that appears whenever life becomes difficult. It is the temptation to quit. Not always completely, but gradually. People stop believing. They stop expecting good things. They stop dreaming. They stop trying. They lower their expectations because disappointment feels safer than hope. But I want you to resist that temptation. Do not allow disappointment to steal your vision. Do not allow fear to convince you that nothing better is possible. The future is not limited by your current circumstances. Every sunrise carries a reminder that darkness does not last forever. Every new day carries opportunities that did not exist yesterday. Every moment gives you another chance to choose your direction. You cannot change the past, but you can influence the future through the choices you make today. You can choose growth. You can choose faith. You can choose gratitude. You can choose courage. These choices may seem simple, but they create powerful momentum over time. There are people listening right now who have spent years carrying regret. They replay old mistakes again and again. They wonder what would have happened if they had chosen differently. They wish they could go back and rewrite certain moments. But regret becomes a prison when you stay there too long. Learn from your mistakes, but do not build your life around them. Growth comes from understanding the lesson and moving forward. Wisdom comes from applying what you learned. Your future deserves more attention than your past. I also want you to understand that healing is a process. Many people become frustrated because healing does not happen as quickly as they hoped. They expect immediate restoration. They expect instant answers. But healing often happens one step at a time. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel tired. Some days you feel hopeful. Some days you feel uncertain. This does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. Keep moving forward. Keep choosing what is healthy. Keep focusing on progress rather than perfection. When fear speaks, answer it with truth. When doubt appears, answer it with faith. When discouragement arrives, answer it with gratitude. Train your mind to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Train your heart to remember victories rather than only defeats. Train your spirit to look ahead instead of constantly looking behind. What you focus on grows. If you focus only on problems, problems appear larger. If you focus on growth, opportunities become easier to recognize. There is more strength inside you than you realize. There is more wisdom within you than you often acknowledge. There is more potential ahead of you than you can currently see. Do not allow temporary circumstances to make permanent decisions for your life. Do not surrender your future because of a difficult season. Storms pass. Challenges change. Situations improve. Keep walking forward even when the road feels uncertain. And as you continue listening to this message series, stay until the very end. Every part is designed to help you develop stronger faith, greater wisdom, deeper peace, and practical principles that you can apply in your daily life. Do not miss what is still ahead, because the next lessons may be exactly what you need for the season you are walking through right now. Before this message ends, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing to leave regret behind and step forward with faith, write, "I choose hope" in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that your story is still unfolding. Let them remind you that your future remains full of possibility. Keep believing, keep growing, keep moving forward. The best chapters of your journey have not been written yet, and what lies ahead can become greater than anything you have left behind. Before you allow another day to pass, believing that your circumstances have the final word, listen carefully. There is a truth that many people spend years trying to understand. Your current situation is not your permanent destination. What you see today is not all there is. What you feel today is not all that is possible. There are moments in life when the road ahead seems hidden by uncertainty, and it becomes easy to believe that nothing will ever change. But some of the greatest transformations begin when everything appears still. Some of the most powerful breakthroughs begin long before they become visible. Many people lose hope because they judge their future by their present reality. They look at what is missing. They focus on what is delayed. They count every obstacle and every setback. Before long, discouragement begins to shape their expectations. They stop believing for better days because disappointment has become familiar. But I want you to understand that familiarity does not determine destiny. Just because you have experienced difficulty for a long time does not mean difficulty owns your future. Just because you have faced repeated setbacks does not mean success has forgotten your address. My child, there have been times when you felt trapped between where you have been and where you want to go. You knew change was necessary, yet you could not clearly see the next step. You wanted certainty, but all you found was waiting. You wanted answers, but all you found were questions. Those moments tested your patience. Those moments challenged your confidence. Those moments stretched your faith. Yet even then, something valuable was happening. While you were looking for immediate results, character was being developed. While you were searching for clear direction, wisdom was quietly growing. While you were waiting for doors to open, preparation was taking place within you. Understand this principle and carry it with you. Preparation often comes before opportunity. Many people pray for success but resist the process that creates it. They want the reward without the discipline. They want the outcome without the growth. They want the destination without the journey. But lasting success is built upon a foundation. When the foundation is strong, the structure can endure storms. When the foundation is weak, even small challenges can cause collapse. That is why difficult seasons should not always be viewed as obstacles. Sometimes they are classrooms. Sometimes they are training grounds. Sometimes they are preparing you for responsibilities you are not yet able to see. There are lessons that can only be learned through experience. You can read about patience, but waiting teaches it. You can hear about courage, but challenges develop it. You can understand forgiveness in theory, but pain reveals whether you are willing to practice it. Life has a way of turning knowledge into wisdom through experience. Do not waste your difficult seasons. Allow them to teach you. Allow them to strengthen you. Allow them to reveal areas where growth is still needed. Many people spend so much time asking why that they forget to ask what. Instead of asking why this happened to me, ask what can I learn from this experience. Instead of asking why the door closed, ask what preparation can happen while I wait for the next one. Instead of asking why the road is difficult, ask what strength is being developed because of it. The questions you ask often determine the perspective you carry. A different perspective can change the entire direction of your life. There's another truth you need to remember. Fear loves to predict disasters that never happen. Fear takes uncertainty and turns it into imagined failure. Fear magnifies problems while minimizing possibilities. It convinces people that they are weaker than they really are. It persuades them to stay where they are because movement feels risky. But growth requires movement. Progress requires courage. Opportunity often appears on the other side of discomfort. If you allow fear to make every decision, you may spend years standing in front of doors that were meant to be opened. You have survived challenges before. You have overcome obstacles before. You have endured difficult seasons before. Do not forget your history of resilience. Do not overlook the evidence that you are stronger than you think. Every challenge you survived added something valuable to your life. Every obstacle taught you something. Every setback revealed strength you did not know you possessed. If you made it through those seasons, you can make it through this one too. Sometimes the greatest breakthrough is not a change in circumstances, but a change in mindset. When your perspective changes, your actions change. When your actions change, your results begin to change. People often wait for motivation before they take action, but action frequently creates motivation. Start where you are. Use what you have. Take the next step available to you. Do not wait until everything feels perfect. Progress is built one step at a time. I want you to become someone who refuses to surrender hope. Become someone who continues learning when others stop trying. Become someone who keeps believing when circumstances seem uncertain. Become someone who remains grateful even during seasons of waiting. Gratitude has a way of revealing blessings that discouragement often overlooks. There is always something to appreciate, always something to learn, always something to build upon. And as this message continues, stay until the very end of this series, because every lesson is connected. Each part is designed to strengthen your heart, renew your perspective, and help you apply practical wisdom to your daily life. Do not miss what is coming next. Sometimes one insight can shift an entire season. Sometimes one truth can unlock a new level of peace, confidence, and purpose. Before this message ends, I want you to make a declaration of faith. If you are ready to stop allowing fear to control your future and start moving forward with confidence, write, "I will walk by faith" in the comments. Let those words remind you that your future is not determined by fear. Let them remind you that progress begins with a single step. Keep trusting, keep growing, keep learning, keep moving forward. There are opportunities ahead that you cannot yet see, lessons ahead that will strengthen you, and victories ahead that will remind you why you never gave up. Your journey is still unfolding, and greater things may be closer than you think. Before you decide that nothing is changing in your life, I want you to pause and listen with an open heart. There is something that many people fail to recognize during difficult seasons. They look for dramatic signs. They search for immediate answers. They expect transformation to happen overnight. When it does not happen according to their expectations, they become discouraged. They assume that progress has stopped. They conclude that their efforts have been wasted. But the truth is that some of the most important work in your life happens quietly. Some of the greatest changes begin beneath the surface, where they cannot yet be seen. Consider the way a tree grows. Long before anyone admires its height, roots are developing underground. Those roots are invisible, yet they determine how strong the tree will become. If the roots are weak, the tree cannot survive the storm. If the roots are deep, the tree can endure seasons that would destroy something less established. In the same way, there are seasons in your life when growth is happening where no one can see it. Your patience is growing. Your wisdom is growing. Your character is growing. Your resilience is growing. And although these things may not receive attention from the world, they are creating a foundation that will support everything that comes next. My child, there have been moments when you felt overlooked. You saw others receiving recognition while your efforts seemed unnoticed. You saw others advancing while your progress appeared slow. You wondered whether your hard work mattered. You questioned whether your persistence was making any difference. But I want you to understand something important. Not every season is meant for visibility. Some seasons are meant for development. Some seasons are meant for strengthening what cannot be seen. What is built in private often becomes the source of what succeeds in public. Many people become frustrated because they compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. They compare their beginning to another person's middle. They compare their unseen preparation to another person's visible success. This comparison creates unnecessary discouragement. It causes people to overlook their own progress. It distracts them from their own purpose. Stop measuring your journey against someone else's timeline. Stop assuming that because another person is moving differently, you are falling behind. Every life unfolds according to its own path. Every journey carries its own lessons. Every season serves its own purpose. There are times when life feels unfair. There are times when you work hard and see little reward. There are times when you do the right thing and still face challenges. During those moments, it is easy to become bitter. It is easy to believe that effort no longer matters. It is easy to lose enthusiasm and motivation. But bitterness only makes the burden heavier. Resentment only steals your peace. Carrying anger into every new season prevents you from fully experiencing the opportunities waiting ahead. That is why I want you to release what has been weighing down your heart. Release the resentment toward people who misunderstood you. Release the anger toward situations you cannot change. Release the disappointment that keeps replaying in your mind. Holding on to these things does not protect you. It only delays your ability to move forward. Forgiveness is not about pretending the pain never happened. Forgiveness is about refusing to let that pain control your future. There is tremendous power in choosing peace. Peace does not mean that every problem disappears. Peace means that your heart remains steady, even when challenges exist. Peace means that uncertainty does not control your thoughts. Peace means that fear does not determine your decisions. When you learn to protect your peace, you gain the ability to navigate difficulties without losing yourself in them. Many people spend years waiting for confidence before they take action. They believe they need to feel completely ready before moving forward. But confidence often comes after action, not before it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite fear. Confidence grows every time you take a step, every time you try again, every time you refuse to quit. If you wait until every doubt disappears, you may wait forever. Start where you are. Trust what you have learned. Take the next step available to you. You are stronger than some of your recent thoughts have suggested. You are more capable than your fears have admitted. You have already overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. Think about the challenges you survived. Think about the setbacks that did not destroy you. Think about the seasons that felt endless but eventually passed. Every one of those experiences is evidence that you possess greater strength than you realize. There are opportunities ahead that require the wisdom you are gaining right now. There are responsibilities ahead that require the patience you are developing right now. There are blessings ahead that require the character being built within you right now. That is why you must not waste this season. Learn from it. Grow through it. Become stronger because of it. Every challenge carries a lesson if you are willing to receive it. And do not forget that your daily habits matter. The future is shaped by what you repeatedly do today. Choose words that build rather than destroy. Choose thoughts that encourage rather than discourage. Choose actions that move you closer to your goals rather than further away from them. Small choices repeated consistently create extraordinary results over time. Greatness is rarely the result of one moment. It is usually the result of many faithful decisions made over a long period. As you continue with this series, make a commitment to stay until the very end. Each message is designed to help you develop practical wisdom, deeper faith, stronger character, and a healthier perspective on life. There are lessons ahead that can help you navigate challenges, strengthen relationships, overcome fear, and move forward with greater confidence. Do not stop now. What you learn next may be exactly what you need for the season you are facing. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing to release bitterness, embrace peace, and continue moving forward, write, "My future is greater than my past," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that you are not defined by what hurt you. You are not limited by what happened yesterday. You are not trapped by previous disappointments. Keep growing. Keep believing. Keep trusting the process. The roots being developed in this season are preparing you for strength, stability, and blessings that will endure long after the storm has passed. Before you make the mistake of believing that your waiting season has no purpose, listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. Many people become weary, not because they are incapable of continuing, but because they cannot understand why the journey is taking longer than expected. They begin with enthusiasm. They begin with faith. They begin with hope. But as days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months, discouragement starts whispering to their hearts. They wonder if their efforts matter. They wonder if their prayers are accomplishing anything. They wonder if the road ahead is leading anywhere meaningful. If you have felt this way, know that you are not alone. Countless people have stood exactly where you stand now, looking toward a horizon that seems silent and uncertain. Yet there is something important you must understand. Waiting does not mean nothing is happening. Waiting is often where preparation takes place. While you are looking for visible progress, invisible growth is occurring within you. While you are searching for immediate answers, wisdom is quietly being formed. While you are asking why things are taking so long, strength is being developed that will help you carry future responsibilities. What feels like delay may actually be preparation. What feels like silence may actually be a season of instruction. My child, I know there have been days when you questioned your own ability to continue. I know there have been moments when exhaustion settled heavily upon your shoulders. I know there were times when you smiled in front of others while carrying burdens they could not see. People often notice the victories, but they rarely notice the battles that came before them. They celebrate the breakthrough, but they overlook the perseverance that made it possible. They admire the success, but they never witness the private moments when giving up seemed easier than moving forward. Yet those private moments matter. Those unseen choices matter. Every time you refuse to quit, you are building something valuable inside yourself. There is a reason endurance is so powerful. Endurance teaches you how to continue when emotions fluctuate. Endurance teaches you how to remain committed when results seem distant. Endurance teaches you how to trust the process when you cannot yet see the outcome. Many people are enthusiastic at the beginning of a journey, but only a few remain faithful when the excitement fades. The difference between those who reach their destination and those who stop often comes down to persistence. It is not always talent. It is not always resources. It is often the simple decision to keep going one more day. Do not underestimate the value of consistency. Small efforts repeated over time create extraordinary results. One encouraging thought may seem insignificant, but repeated daily, it can transform your mindset. One act of kindness may appear small, but repeated consistently, it can change relationships. One step forward may not seem impressive, but enough steps eventually lead you somewhere new. Life is often shaped by ordinary decisions, made faithfully over long periods of time. There are people who have allowed disappointment to convince them that their best days are behind them. They look backward more than they look forward. They spend their energy mourning opportunities that were lost instead of preparing for opportunities that are coming. But I want you to lift your eyes beyond what did not happen. Do not become trapped in the memory of closed doors. Do not allow old disappointments to blind you to new possibilities. Every ending creates space for a beginning. Every closed chapter makes room for another chapter to be written. Sometimes the very thing you thought would complete your life was only preparing you for something greater. Sometimes what looked like rejection was actually redirection. Sometimes what felt like failure was teaching lessons that success never could. You may not understand every detail today, but understanding is not required for growth to occur. Many lessons reveal their value only after time has passed. Many answers become clear only when you look back and see how the pieces fit together. I want you to guard your thoughts carefully. What you repeatedly think about influences how you see yourself and how you see your future. If you constantly focus on limitations, limitations will appear larger. If you constantly focus on fear, fear will begin to shape your decisions. If you constantly focus on problems, you may overlook opportunities standing right in front of you. Train your mind to look for growth. Train your mind to recognize progress. Train your mind to remember that difficult seasons are temporary. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need to see the entire road ahead. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Too many people become overwhelmed because they try to solve tomorrow's problems while standing in today. Focus on the next step. Focus on the next right decision. Focus on the next opportunity to grow, learn, and move forward. Progress becomes manageable when you stop carrying the weight of the entire journey at once. There is also something else I want you to remember. Your value does not decrease because progress feels slow. Your worth does not change because results have not appeared yet. You are not less important because your season looks different from someone else's. Growth is not a race. Purpose is not a competition. Your journey is uniquely yours, and comparing it to another person's path only creates unnecessary frustration. Stay focused on what you have been called to do. Stay committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Stay faithful to the lessons you are learning. And as you continue through this series, remain with me until the very end. Each message is designed to strengthen your heart, sharpen your perspective, and provide wisdom that you can apply to everyday life. There are truths ahead that can help you navigate uncertainty, overcome discouragement, and build a stronger foundation for the future. Do not miss what is still coming. Every lesson is a piece of a larger picture, and every part is meant to help you move forward with greater confidence and peace. Before this message ends, I want you to make a declaration of commitment. If you are choosing to remain faithful during your waiting season and trust the process of growth, write, "I will not give up," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that persistence has power. Let them remind you that every step matters. Let them remind you that progress is happening, even when it cannot yet be seen. And if these words have encouraged your heart and strengthened your faith, consider sharing this message with someone who needs hope today. If this ministry has been a blessing to your life, and you feel led to help us continue reaching people with messages of encouragement and truth, you can support the ministry through the link provided below. Your support helps carry these messages to hearts around the world. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep growing. The season you are in today is preparing you for the opportunities, responsibilities, and blessings that are waiting ahead. Before you allow discouragement to convince you that your efforts have been wasted, stop and listen carefully. There is a reason you have made it this far. There is a reason you are still standing after everything you have faced. There is a reason your story did not end in the moments that tried to break you. Many people look at their struggles and see only pain. They look at their setbacks and see only loss. They look at their delays and see only frustration. But what if there is more happening than you realize? What if the very things you thought were holding you back were actually preparing you to move forward in ways you cannot yet imagine? There are seasons when life feels like an uphill climb. Every step requires effort. Every day seems to bring another challenge. Every plan appears to encounter resistance. During those seasons, it is easy to become tired. It is easy to question whether the climb is worth it. It is easy to wonder if anyone sees how hard you are trying. But I want you to remember something important. The climb is developing strength. The resistance is building endurance. The struggle is teaching lessons that comfort could never teach. The process may not feel pleasant, but it is producing something valuable within you. My child, there were moments when you thought you had reached your limit. There were times when you felt emotionally exhausted. There were nights when worry tried to steal your peace. There were mornings when uncertainty followed you like a shadow. Yet somehow, you continued moving forward. Perhaps you did not move as quickly as you wanted. Perhaps you did not feel strong every day. But you kept going, and that matters more than you realize. Persistence is not about never feeling tired. Persistence is about refusing to stop even when you are tired. Many people believe that strength means never struggling. They think strong people never feel fear, never experience doubt, and never face difficult emotions. But true strength is different. True strength is choosing to move forward despite fear. True strength is continuing to hope despite uncertainty. True strength is remaining faithful despite challenges. The strongest people are not those who never face storms. They are those who learn how to keep walking through them. There is something else I want you to understand. Not every battle is meant to destroy you. Some battles are meant to reveal what is already inside you. Challenges have a way of exposing courage you did not know you possessed. Difficulties have a way of revealing resilience you never realized was there. Obstacles have a way of teaching you that you are capable of more than you once believed. Many of the qualities you admire in others were developed through seasons they never wanted to experience. Do not be afraid of growth, simply because growth feels uncomfortable. Every new level requires adjustment. Every new season requires learning. Every meaningful change requires effort. There are people who pray for transformation while resisting everything that produces it. They want greater confidence, but avoid challenges. They want stronger faith, but avoid uncertainty. They want deeper wisdom, but avoid difficult lessons. Yet growth and comfort rarely travel together. If you want to become stronger, you must be willing to embrace the process. There are opportunities waiting ahead that require the strength you are developing right now. There are responsibilities ahead that require the maturity you are gaining right now. There are blessings ahead that require the wisdom you are learning right now. What feels difficult today may make perfect sense tomorrow. What feels confusing today may become clear in the future. That is why you must not quit in the middle of the process. Do not judge the entire journey by one difficult chapter. I want you to stop speaking defeat over your future. Stop telling yourself that nothing will change. Stop convincing yourself that your best days are behind you. Your words carry influence. The way you speak about your life affects the way you see your possibilities. Speak with hope. Speak with confidence. Speak with gratitude. This does not mean pretending problems do not exist. It means refusing to allow problems to become greater than your faith. Every day presents you with a choice. You can focus on what is missing, or you can appreciate what is present. You can focus on what went wrong, or you can learn from it and move forward. You can focus on fear, or you can focus on possibility. The choice may seem small in the moment, but repeated choices create powerful momentum. The direction of your life is shaped by the thoughts you entertain, the words you speak, and the actions you repeat. Never underestimate the impact of consistency. One day of effort may not change everything. One day of growth may not seem dramatic. One day of discipline may not appear significant. But when those days accumulate, they create transformation. Mountains are climbed one step at a time. Skills are developed one practice at a time. Strong character is built one decision at a time. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Keep making the right choices, even when results seem slow. There are people listening right now who feel like giving up because progress is not happening fast enough. If that is you, remember this: slow progress is still progress. A small step forward is still movement. Growth that takes time is often growth that lasts. Do not allow impatience to rob you of what persistence can build. Some of the greatest achievements in life require patience. Some of the most meaningful victories require endurance. And as you continue through this series, stay with me until the very end. Every message is designed to help you build a stronger mindset, deeper faith, and greater wisdom for everyday life. Each lesson connects to the next, creating a foundation that can help you navigate challenges with confidence and purpose. Do not miss what is ahead. The insight you need for your next season may be found in the next message. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing persistence over discouragement and faith over fear, write, "I am moving forward," in the comments. Let those words remind you that your journey is not over. Let them remind you that growth is happening. Let them remind you that your future is still being written. Keep believing, keep trusting, keep learning, keep walking forward. The strength you are building today will become the foundation for the victories you experience tomorrow. Before you let another negative thought convince you that you are falling behind, listen closely. There are countless people who spend their lives believing they have missed their opportunity. They look at their age, their circumstances, their mistakes, or their delays, and they decide that it is too late for something meaningful to happen. They quietly accept limitations that were never meant to define them. They stop expecting growth. They stop believing that change is possible. They stop dreaming because disappointment has convinced them that hope is dangerous. But I want to speak directly to your heart today and remind you of a truth that can transform the way you see your future. As long as you are breathing, your story is still being written. As long as you are here, there is still purpose ahead of you. Too many people spend their lives looking backward. They replay conversations they wish had gone differently. They revisit opportunities they failed to take. They think about mistakes they wish they could undo. They carry regret into every new season until regret becomes heavier than the present moment itself. But regret was never meant to become your permanent companion. It was meant to teach you, not imprison you. There is a difference between learning from the past and living in the past. Wisdom learns from yesterday. Fear remains trapped there. My child, I know there are things you wish had happened differently. I know there are moments you would change if given the opportunity. I know there are decisions you wish you could revisit and outcomes you wish had turned out another way. But carrying those burdens forever will not change what happened. It will only prevent you from fully embracing what is still possible. The future deserves your attention. The opportunities ahead deserve your energy. The growth available today deserves your focus. One of the greatest mistakes people make is assuming that a delay means a denial. They believe that because something has not happened yet, it will never happen. They interpret waiting as failure. They interpret silence as rejection. They interpret difficulty as proof that they should stop moving forward. But life does not work that way. Some of the greatest accomplishments take time. Some of the most valuable opportunities arrive after seasons of preparation. Some of the strongest people are shaped through years of growth that no one else ever sees. Think about how many things in life require patience. A tree does not reach maturity overnight. A skill is not mastered in a single day. Trust is not built instantly. Wisdom is not gained without experience. Everything valuable requires time. Yet people often become frustrated when their personal growth follows the same principle. They expect immediate transformation. They expect instant answers. They expect overnight success. When reality moves more slowly, they become discouraged. But lasting growth is often gradual. Lasting growth is often quiet. Lasting growth is often invisible, until one day the results become impossible to ignore. There is something powerful about remaining faithful during ordinary days. Many people wait for dramatic moments to change their lives while overlooking the importance of daily choices. They underestimate the value of consistency. They overlook the impact of small decisions. But your future is being shaped right now by what you repeatedly do each day. Every act of discipline matters. Every decision to keep learning matters. Every choice to remain hopeful matters. Every moment you choose growth over excuses matters. You do not need to have everything figured out today. You do not need a complete map of your future. You do not need every answer before taking the next step. Many people remain stuck because they are waiting for certainty. They want guarantees before they move forward. They want proof before they believe. But growth often requires trust. Progress often requires action before certainty arrives. If you wait until every question is answered, you may never begin. There are opportunities waiting ahead that cannot be reached by standing still. There are lessons waiting to be learned through movement. There are experiences waiting to shape you into a stronger person. Sometimes the next step reveals what the previous step could not. Sometimes clarity comes after action, not before it. That is why courage matters. Courage allows you to move forward even when the entire path is not visible. I also want you to be careful about the voices you allow to influence your thinking. Not every opinion deserves a place in your heart. Not every criticism deserves your attention. Some people speak from their own fears. Some people project their limitations onto others. Some people discourage growth because they are uncomfortable with change. Do not allow someone else's doubts to become your beliefs. Listen to wisdom, but do not surrender your future to negativity. Remember how far you have already come. Remember the challenges you have survived. Remember the obstacles you once thought would defeat you. There were moments when you believed you would never recover, yet you did. There were seasons when you thought nothing would improve, yet change came. There were battles that seemed impossible, yet you found the strength to continue. Your history contains evidence that you are stronger than you sometimes realize. Do not let temporary feelings make permanent decisions. Emotions are real, but they are not always accurate. There will be days when you feel discouraged. There will be days when you feel uncertain. There will be days when progress seems invisible. Those days do not define your future. Keep moving forward anyway. Keep choosing faith anyway. Keep choosing hope anyway. Consistency during difficult seasons often creates extraordinary results later. And as you continue through this journey with me, stay until the very end of this series. Every message is designed to help you apply wisdom to your daily life, strengthen your mindset, deepen your faith, and develop the resilience needed for the seasons ahead. Do not stop now. There is still more encouragement, more insight, and more practical guidance waiting for you. Sometimes the lesson you need most arrives when you least expect it. Before this message comes to an end, I want you to make a declaration of belief. If you refuse to let your past determine your future, write, "My best days are ahead," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that your story is not finished. Let them remind you that growth is still happening. Let them remind you that new opportunities are still possible. And if these messages have encouraged your heart, strengthened your faith, and helped you move forward with greater hope, consider liking this message, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribing so you do not miss the next part of this journey. Keep believing, keep learning, keep growing. The road ahead may hold more possibilities than you can currently imagine, and every step forward is bringing you closer to them. Before you allow fear to speak over your future today, stop for a moment and listen carefully. There are battles that happen in life that no one else can see. There are struggles that take place deep within the heart and mind. While the world focuses on what is happening around you, the greatest battle is often happening inside you. It is the battle between faith and fear. It is the battle between hope and discouragement. It is the battle between moving forward and giving up. Many people lose not because they lacked ability, but because they allowed fear to convince them that they could not succeed. Fear has a way of making small obstacles appear enormous. It takes uncertainty and transforms it into disaster before anything has even happened. It whispers that you are not ready. It tells you that you are not capable. It reminds you of every mistake you have ever made while ignoring every victory you have ever achieved. Fear wants you to believe that your future will look exactly like your worst moments. But fear is often a poor predictor of reality. Many of the things you worried about never happened. Many of the situations you feared never came to pass. Yet fear stole your peace long before the outcome was known. That is why you must learn to guard your thoughts. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every fear deserves your agreement. Not every negative possibility deserves your focus. Your mind is powerful. What you repeatedly think about influences how you live. If you constantly focus on failure, you will begin to expect it. If you constantly focus on limitations, you will begin to live as though they are permanent. If you constantly focus on problems, you may overlook solutions standing directly in front of you. My child, there were moments when fear told you that you would never recover from what happened. There were moments when fear told you that your mistakes were too great. There were moments when fear tried to convince you that you were alone. There were moments when fear painted a picture of a hopeless future. Yet despite those thoughts, you continued moving forward. Despite those worries, you kept taking steps. Despite those doubts, you survived. That alone is proof that fear has lied to you many times before. I want you to think about how many challenges you have already overcome. Think about the difficult seasons that once felt impossible. Think about the moments when you believed you would never find peace again. Think about the obstacles that looked larger than your strength. Somehow, you made it through. Somehow, you found the courage to continue. Somehow, you discovered resilience you did not know you possessed. The same strength that carried you through those moments is still available to you now. Many people spend so much time worrying about tomorrow that they forget to live today. They carry burdens that do not belong to them. They try to solve problems that have not happened. They exhaust themselves fighting imaginary battles. But peace comes when you focus on what is within your control today. You cannot control every circumstance. You cannot control every outcome. But you can control your attitude. You can control your choices. You can control how you respond to challenges. And often, those choices make a greater difference than you realize. Do not allow fear to stop you from taking opportunities. Do not allow fear to prevent you from pursuing growth. Do not allow fear to silence your dreams before they have a chance to develop. Every meaningful achievement requires courage. Every significant change requires faith. Every new beginning requires a willingness to step forward, even when the outcome is uncertain. Courage is not waiting until fear disappears. Courage is moving forward despite fear. There are people listening right now who have delayed their progress because they are waiting to feel completely ready. They believe they need perfect confidence before taking action. They believe they need every answer before making a decision. But readiness often comes through movement. Confidence often grows through experience. Clarity often arrives after you begin. If you wait for perfect conditions, you may miss opportunities that were meant for you. You were not created to spend your life hiding from possibilities. You were not created to remain trapped by old disappointments. You were not created to live beneath the weight of constant worry. You were created to grow, to learn, to develop, and to move forward. Every challenge you face carries the potential to make you stronger. Every obstacle carries a lesson. Every setback carries an opportunity for growth if you are willing to learn from it. There is another truth I want you to remember. Your value does not depend on other people's opinions. Your worth is not determined by how many people approve of you. Too many individuals spend years seeking validation from others. They allow criticism to define them. They allow rejection to discourage them. They allow comparison to steal their confidence. But true confidence comes from understanding who you are and continuing to grow regardless of what others think. Focus on becoming better rather than becoming accepted by everyone. Focus on growth rather than approval. Focus on purpose rather than popularity. Not everyone will understand your journey. Not everyone will support your decisions. Not everyone will celebrate your progress. That is okay. You do not need universal approval to move forward. You need courage. You need consistency. You need faith in the process. And as you continue through this series, stay until the very end, because each message is building something important within you. These lessons are not just words. They are principles that can strengthen your daily life, improve your mindset, and help you navigate challenges with greater wisdom. There is still more ahead. There are still truths that can encourage your heart and practical lessons that can help you grow stronger in every area of your life. Before this message ends, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing faith over fear and courage over doubt, write, "I choose courage," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that fear does not control your future. Let them remind you that growth requires movement. Let them remind you that you are stronger than your worries and greater than your doubts. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting the process. Keep believing that better days are ahead. The courage you practice today will open doors that fear could never unlock, and the future waiting for you may be far greater than anything fear has tried to make you believe. Before you allow the weight of your responsibilities to convince you that you are carrying life alone, stop and listen carefully. There is a truth that many people overlook when they become overwhelmed. They become so focused on everything that remains unfinished that they forget how far they have already come. They become so aware of their current struggles that they lose sight of the victories they have already achieved. They spend so much time looking at what still needs to happen that they forget to appreciate the strength that has already been built within them. Today, I want you to shift your focus for a moment. I want you to remember that the fact you are still here, still trying, still growing, and still believing is evidence of strength that should never be ignored. Life has a way of presenting challenges that arrive without warning. One day everything seems stable, and the next day uncertainty appears at your door. Plans change. Circumstances shift. Relationships evolve. Opportunities come and go. During these moments, many people begin searching for something solid to hold on to. They look for certainty in an uncertain world. They look for peace in the middle of chaos. They look for answers when questions seem endless. What they often discover is that true stability is not found in perfect circumstances. True stability is found in developing a heart that remains steady regardless of circumstances. Many people believe they will finally experience peace when all their problems disappear. They tell themselves that peace will come when finances improve, when relationships become easier, when goals are achieved, or when challenges finally end. But if peace depends entirely on circumstances, then peace will always remain fragile. There will always be another challenge. There will always be another uncertainty. There will always be another reason to worry. That is why real peace must come from something deeper. It must come from learning how to remain grounded even when life feels unpredictable. My child, there were times when you carried burdens that felt too heavy. There were seasons when your mind raced with questions that seemed impossible to answer. There were moments when exhaustion followed you from morning until night. You wondered how much longer you could continue. You wondered whether things would ever become easier. Yet somehow, day after day, you found the strength to move forward. Perhaps it was not always graceful. Perhaps it was not always confident. But you kept going, and that persistence reveals something important about you. It reveals that there is more strength inside you than you often recognize. I want you to understand that strength is not measured only during moments of victory. Strength is revealed during moments of perseverance. Strength is revealed when you continue despite uncertainty. Strength is revealed when you remain kind despite disappointment. Strength is revealed when you choose hope despite discouragement. Anyone can feel confident when everything is working perfectly. True character appears when life becomes difficult. There is a lesson hidden inside every challenge. Sometimes the lesson is patience. Sometimes the lesson is humility. Sometimes the lesson is wisdom. Sometimes the lesson is resilience. Many people focus so much on escaping their difficulties that they miss the opportunity to learn from them. But every season carries something valuable if you are willing to pay attention. Every experience has the potential to teach you something that can serve you in the future. Do not rush through your growth. Do not become frustrated simply because progress feels slow. Some of the most meaningful transformations happen gradually. A person does not become wiser overnight. Trust is not built in a single day. Character is not formed instantly. Growth takes time because lasting change requires a strong foundation. What develops slowly often develops deeply. There are moments when you may feel tempted to compare your journey with the journeys of others. You may look around and wonder why someone else's progress appears faster. You may question why another person's life seems easier. But comparison rarely brings peace. Comparison often steals gratitude. It shifts your focus away from your own growth and places it on someone else's path. Remember this: you are not called to live someone else's story. You are called to live your own. Your journey has lessons that belong specifically to you. Your challenges are shaping strengths that belong specifically to you. Your purpose is unfolding according to a timeline that belongs specifically to you. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. Focus on learning from your experiences. Focus on developing the habits, mindset, and character that will support your future. Growth is not about being ahead of everyone else. Growth is about continuing to move forward. There is also something important I want you to remember about setbacks. Setbacks are not always signs that you are moving in the wrong direction. Sometimes, setbacks are opportunities to learn. Sometimes they reveal weaknesses that need strengthening. Sometimes they redirect your attention towards something better. Do not allow a temporary obstacle to convince you that the journey is over. Many successful people experience setbacks that look like failures in the moment, but later became important turning points. Keep showing up for your life. Keep investing in your growth. Keep learning new lessons. Keep improving your habits. Keep speaking words that build hope instead of fear. Keep choosing gratitude instead of bitterness. Keep choosing courage instead of surrender. The small decisions you make every day are shaping the future you will experience tomorrow. And as you continue through this series, stay with me until the very end. Every message is designed to provide practical wisdom, deeper encouragement, and valuable principles that you can apply to your everyday life. Each lesson builds upon the previous one. Each message adds another piece to the foundation you are creating. Do not stop now, because there is still more insight ahead that can help strengthen your heart and guide your journey. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration of confidence. If you are choosing peace over worry and growth over discouragement, write, "I am getting stronger every day," in the comments. Let those words remind you that progress is happening. Let them remind you that every challenge can teach you something valuable. Let them remind you that your journey still holds purpose, possibility, and hope. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep learning. The strength you are developing today may become the very thing that carries you into the opportunities, blessings, and breakthroughs waiting ahead. Before you make the mistake of believing that your greatest opportunities have already passed, I want you to listen with your full attention. There are seasons in life when everything seems ordinary. The days feel repetitive. The progress feels slow. The results seem small. During those seasons, many people begin to believe that nothing significant is happening. They wake up, follow the same routine, face the same responsibilities, and go to sleep wondering if anything will ever change. But what they fail to understand is that some of the most important moments in life are being prepared during ordinary days. What feels ordinary today may be laying the foundation for something extraordinary tomorrow. Many people spend their lives waiting for a dramatic sign before they believe their future can improve. They wait for the perfect opportunity. They wait for the perfect timing. They wait until every fear disappears and every question is answered. But life rarely works that way. Growth often begins with small steps. Change often begins with simple decisions. Transformation often starts quietly before it becomes visible. If you are always waiting for a dramatic moment, you may overlook the opportunities that are already standing in front of you. My child, there have been moments when you felt invisible. You worked hard and received little recognition. You gave your best effort and wondered whether anyone noticed. You remained faithful in situations where others would have walked away. It is easy to stay hopeful when everything is going well. It is easy to remain confident when doors are opening and opportunities are appearing. But what about the seasons when progress feels hidden? What about the days when your efforts seem unnoticed? What about the moments when you are giving your best and still wondering whether anything is changing? Those are the moments that reveal the true condition of your heart. Many people give up too early. They stop one step before the breakthrough. They quit during the preparation season because they cannot yet see the reward. They walk away from growth because growth feels uncomfortable. They abandon their goals because progress appears slower than expected. But what they fail to understand is that the greatest transformations often happen quietly. Just because you cannot see immediate results does not mean your efforts are wasted. Just because the harvest has not appeared does not mean the seed is not growing. My child, there have been times when you questioned whether your persistence was worth it. There were days when you wondered if your prayers mattered. There were moments when you looked at your situation and felt tempted to believe that nothing would ever change. Yet despite those feelings, you continued moving forward. You kept trying, you kept believing, you kept hoping. And every one of those decisions has been shaping your future in ways you may not fully understand yet. There is a reason why endurance is so valuable. Endurance teaches you how to continue when emotions change. It teaches you how to remain faithful when motivation fades. It teaches you how to stay committed when results are delayed. Many people start strong, but only a few learn how to remain steady during difficult seasons. Anyone can be enthusiastic when the path is easy. True character is revealed when the road becomes difficult, and you choose to continue anyway. I want you to think about a builder constructing a strong foundation. Before anyone sees the finished structure, countless hours are spent preparing what lies beneath. The foundation is not exciting to look at. It does not receive applause. It remains hidden from view. Yet without it, the building cannot stand. In the same way, there are things being developed within you that may not be visible to others. Patience is being built. Wisdom is being built. Discipline is being built. Resilience is being built. These qualities may not receive recognition today, but they will support everything you accomplish tomorrow. Too often, people focus only on external success while neglecting internal growth. They want recognition without character. They want achievement without preparation. They want rewards without discipline. But lasting success requires a strong foundation. That foundation is built through daily choices. It is built through consistency. It is built through perseverance. Every time you choose to keep going when quitting seems easier, you strengthen that foundation. There will always be voices trying to convince you that your efforts do not matter. There will always be circumstances trying to make you doubt your progress. There will always be moments when fear whispers that you are wasting your time. Do not listen to those voices. Remember how far you have already come. Remember the obstacles you have already overcome. Remember the challenges that once seemed impossible, but are now behind you. Your history is proof that you are capable of more than you often realize. One of the greatest traps in life is becoming obsessed with immediate results. People want instant change. They want overnight success. They want immediate answers. But meaningful growth rarely happens that way. The strongest trees grow slowly. The deepest wisdom develops over time. The most valuable relationships are built through consistent investment. If you rush every process, you may miss the very lessons that are meant to strengthen you. I also want you to stop viewing waiting as weakness. Waiting is not always inactivity. Sometimes waiting is preparation. Sometimes waiting is growth. Sometimes waiting is the season where important lessons are learned. The problem is that many people only value movement they can see. They fail to appreciate the internal transformation taking place beneath the surface. But internal growth often creates external success later. There are opportunities ahead that require the person you are becoming right now. There are responsibilities ahead that require the wisdom you are learning right now. There are blessings ahead that require the maturity you are developing right now. If those opportunities arrive too soon, you might not be prepared to handle them. That is why every season has value. Every lesson matters. Every challenge contributes something important to your development. Do not allow comparison to steal your peace. Another person's journey is not your standard. Another person's timeline is not your deadline. Focus on your own growth. Focus on your own progress. Focus on becoming stronger than you were yesterday. Growth is not about being ahead of everyone else. Growth is about continuing to move forward regardless of where others are standing. There will be days when you feel like progress is invisible. During those days, trust the process. Trust the lessons you are learning. Trust the habits you are building. Trust the growth taking place within you. Not all progress can be measured immediately. Some progress reveals itself only after enough time has passed. And as you continue through this series, stay until the very end, because every message is designed to help you strengthen your mindset, deepen your faith, and apply practical wisdom to your daily life. There are still lessons ahead that can help you navigate uncertainty, overcome discouragement, and build a future filled with purpose and confidence. Do not miss what comes next, because each part is preparing you for the next stage of growth. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing to trust the process, even when results are not yet visible, write, "I will stay faithful," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that growth is happening. Let them remind you that your efforts matter. Let them remind you that your journey still holds purpose and possibility. And if these messages have encouraged your heart and strengthened your faith, consider liking this message, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribing so you do not miss the next part of this journey. If you feel blessed by these words and would like to help this ministry continue reaching hearts around the world, you can support the ministry through the link provided below. Keep believing, keep growing, keep moving forward. The foundation you are building today is preparing you for opportunities, victories, and blessings that will stand strong for years to come. Before you allow today's struggle to convince you that tomorrow holds nothing new, stop and listen carefully. There is a reason you have made it this far. There is a reason you continue to rise each morning despite the challenges you have faced. There is a reason your heart still carries hope, even if that hope feels small at times. Many people look at their current circumstances and assume that what they see today is all they will ever experience. They believe that because life has been difficult, it will always remain difficult. They believe that because opportunities have been delayed, opportunities will never arrive. They believe that because answers have taken time, answers are no longer coming. But I want you to understand something important. Your current situation is only a snapshot of a moment, not the final picture of your life. There are seasons when progress feels invisible. There are seasons when your efforts seem unnoticed. There are seasons when you wonder whether your hard work is accomplishing anything at all. During those times, discouragement often appears. It whispers that your efforts are meaningless. It tells you that nothing is changing. It tries to convince you that you should lower your expectations. But discouragement rarely tells the whole truth. It focuses on what has not happened while ignoring what has already happened. It highlights delays while overlooking growth. It magnifies obstacles while minimizing victories. My child, there have been moments when you focused so heavily on what was missing that you forgot how much you had already overcome. There were times when you looked ahead and saw only distance instead of progress. There were days when you measured yourself against impossible standards and concluded that you were falling behind. But today, I want you to pause and remember your journey. Remember the fears you once carried that no longer control you. Remember the obstacles you once thought would defeat you. Remember the difficult seasons you survived. Every one of those experiences reveals something important. You are stronger than you think. You are wiser than you were. You have grown more than you realize. Growth often happens so gradually that it becomes difficult to recognize. You do not notice it from one day to the next. You do not always feel it happening. Yet over time, the changes become undeniable. The same person who once doubted every decision begins making choices with confidence. The same person who once feared every challenge begins facing difficulties with courage. The same person who once felt overwhelmed by every obstacle begins handling responsibilities with wisdom. Growth may be gradual, but it is powerful. There is something else I want you to remember. Your value is not determined by your productivity. Your worth is not measured by how much you accomplish in a single day. Many people place enormous pressure upon themselves. They feel guilty whenever they are not moving fast enough. They feel frustrated whenever progress slows down. They constantly compare themselves to unrealistic expectations. But life was never meant to be lived as a race against everyone else. Growth requires balance. Growth requires patience. Growth requires understanding that every season serves a purpose. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest. Sometimes the most valuable thing you can do is reflect. Sometimes the greatest wisdom comes not from rushing forward, but from taking time to learn from where you have been. Do not confuse constant activity with meaningful progress. There are times when slowing down allows you to move forward more effectively. Many people spend so much energy worrying about the future that they miss the opportunities available today. They become consumed with what might happen tomorrow and fail to appreciate what can be done right now. But your future is shaped by today's choices. The habits you build today matter. The lessons you learn today matter. The attitude you carry today matters. Every small decision contributes to the larger story being written through your life. I want you to become someone who remains faithful during ordinary days. Anyone can stay motivated when results are immediate. Anyone can remain excited when success arrives quickly. But true growth is often revealed during ordinary moments. It is revealed when you continue learning even when no one notices. It is revealed when you continue improving even when progress feels slow. It is revealed when you continue believing even when circumstances remain uncertain. There are opportunities waiting ahead that you cannot currently see. There are connections waiting to be made. There are lessons waiting to be learned. There are blessings waiting to arrive. Do not allow temporary frustration to convince you that your future is limited. The road ahead contains possibilities that are not visible from where you stand today. That is why hope matters. Hope allows you to keep moving even when certainty is unavailable. Hope allows you to continue planting seeds before the harvest appears. I also want you to guard your heart against bitterness. Bitterness often begins with disappointment that remains unresolved. It grows when people focus more on what they lost than on what they still possess. It grows when people replay old hurts instead of embracing new opportunities. But bitterness steals peace. Bitterness clouds perspective. Bitterness makes it difficult to recognize blessings when they arrive. Choose forgiveness. Choose gratitude. Choose freedom. Do not allow old wounds to determine the quality of your future. Remember that every challenge carries the potential to teach you something valuable. Every setback contains lessons that can strengthen you. Every difficult season can develop qualities that will serve you later. Do not waste your struggles. Learn from them, grow through them, allow them to shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. And as you continue through this series, stay with me until the very end. Every message has been carefully designed to strengthen your faith, renew your perspective, and provide practical wisdom that you can apply in everyday life. There are still important truths ahead. There are still lessons that can help you navigate challenges with confidence and peace. Do not stop now, because the next message may contain exactly the encouragement you need for this season of your life. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing hope over discouragement and gratitude over frustration, write, "I will keep believing," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that your story is still unfolding. Let them remind you that progress is still happening. Let them remind you that your future holds possibilities beyond what you can currently see. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting. Keep learning. Keep growing. Every step you take today is preparing you for the opportunities, relationships, breakthroughs, and blessings that are waiting ahead. And your willingness to continue may become the very reason you reach the future you have been hoping for. Before you allow uncertainty to steal your peace today, I want you to stop whatever you are doing and listen carefully. There are moments in life when you cannot clearly see what comes next. The path ahead seems hidden. The answers you seek feel distant. The future appears covered by a fog of unanswered questions. During those moments, many people become anxious. They become restless because they cannot predict every outcome. They become discouraged because they cannot control every detail. They spend their days searching for certainty while missing the strength that is being developed through the process. But I want you to understand something important today. You do not need to know everything about tomorrow in order to walk confidently through today. Many people believe they would finally have peace if they could see their entire future. They think they would stop worrying if every answer was revealed. They think fear would disappear if every uncertainty was removed. But that is not how growth works. Growth often requires trust. Growth often requires patience. Growth often requires taking one step at a time without seeing the entire road ahead. If every answer was revealed immediately, there would be no need for faith. There would be no opportunity to develop trust. There would be no chance to discover the strength that comes from continuing despite uncertainty. My child, there have been times when you desperately wanted clarity. You wanted to know how everything would work out. You wanted assurance that your efforts would be rewarded. You wanted confirmation that your struggles would eventually make sense. You wanted guarantees before moving forward. But life rarely provides guarantees. Instead, it provides opportunities to trust. It provides opportunities to grow. It provides opportunities to discover that you are capable of far more than you imagined. There is a reason why uncertainty feels uncomfortable. Uncertainty forces you to confront your fears. It exposes the areas where you still seek control. It reveals the places where trust needs to grow. Many people spend their lives trying to eliminate every risk, avoid every challenge, and predict every outcome. But some of the greatest opportunities exist beyond the boundaries of certainty. Some of the most meaningful experiences require courage. Some of the greatest blessings are discovered only by those who are willing to keep moving forward, even when they cannot see the entire picture. I want you to remember something about your past. There were seasons when you thought you would never make it through. There were situations that seemed impossible at the time. There were obstacles that looked larger than your strength. Yet somehow, you found a way forward. Somehow you learned what needed to be learned. Somehow you developed the strength required to continue. If you survived those seasons, why assume you cannot survive this one? If you found strength then, why believe strength is unavailable now? Many people become trapped because they spend too much time imagining worst-case scenarios. They rehearse disasters that never happen. They create fears that exist only in their minds. They carry emotional burdens that belong to situations that have not even occurred. This habit steals joy from the present moment. It drains energy. It creates anxiety. But worrying about tomorrow does not improve tomorrow. It only makes today more difficult. Instead of focusing on everything that could go wrong, begin noticing what could go right. Begin recognizing opportunities instead of only obstacles. Begin paying attention to possibilities instead of limitations. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to allow fear to become your primary lens for viewing life. Your perspective influences your experience. The way you see situations often determines how you respond to them. There is tremendous power in focusing on the next step rather than the entire journey. Many people become overwhelmed because they try to solve every future problem at once. They carry the weight of tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. But progress is made one step at a time. Growth happens one lesson at a time. Wisdom develops one experience at a time. Focus on what you can do today. Focus on what you can learn today. Focus on the opportunities available right now. I also want you to stop underestimating the importance of small victories. Every time you choose hope over fear, that is a victory. Every time you choose patience over frustration, that is a victory. Every time you choose faith over doubt, that is a victory. These moments may seem small, but they are shaping your character. They are strengthening your heart. They are preparing you for greater opportunities ahead. There are people listening right now who feel stuck because they are waiting for certainty before taking action. They want proof before they believe. They want guarantees before they move. But certainty is not always available. Sometimes you must take a step before the path becomes clear. Sometimes movement creates clarity. Sometimes action reveals opportunities that waiting never could. Do not allow fear of the unknown to keep you trapped in the familiar. You were not created to spend your life hiding from possibility. You were not created to remain trapped by worry. You were not created to live beneath the weight of constant fear. You were created to learn, grow, contribute, and move forward. Every challenge carries lessons. Every season carries purpose. Every experience has the potential to strengthen you if you are willing to receive what it teaches. And as you continue through this series, stay with me until the very end. Every message has been designed to help you strengthen your faith, develop practical wisdom, and apply life-changing principles to your everyday journey. There are still powerful lessons ahead. There are still truths that can help you overcome fear, navigate uncertainty, and build a stronger future. Do not stop now, because each message is helping to prepare you for what comes next. Before this message ends, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing trust over uncertainty and faith over fear, write, "I will trust the journey," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that you do not need every answer today. Let them remind you that growth is happening even when you cannot see it. Let them remind you that your future is still full of possibility. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep learning. Keep trusting. The road ahead may contain opportunities beyond your imagination, And every step you take in faith is bringing you closer to the life you are being prepared to live. Before you allow the opinions of other people to determine the direction of your life, stop and listen carefully. There are countless individuals who have abandoned their dreams, ignored their purpose, and settled for less than they were capable of achieving because they became trapped by the expectations of others. They allowed criticism to become their guide. They allowed rejection to become their identity. They allowed the fear of being misunderstood to stop them from moving forward. But I want you to understand something today. Not everyone will understand your journey, and not everyone is supposed to. Your responsibility is not to gain the approval of every person around you. Your responsibility is to continue growing into the person you were created to become. Many people spend years chasing acceptance. They adjust their words, hide their dreams, and silence their convictions because they fear rejection. They become so concerned about what others think that they lose sight of what truly matters. Before long, they find themselves living a life that looks acceptable to everyone else but feels empty within their own hearts. This is what happens when external approval becomes more important than inner conviction. Peace disappears. Confidence weakens. Purpose becomes difficult to recognize. My child, there have been moments when you felt misunderstood. There were times when people judged your intentions without knowing your heart. There were seasons when others questioned your decisions because they could not see what you could see. There were moments when criticism felt unfair and discouraging. Yet despite those experiences, you continued moving forward, and that required courage. It takes courage to remain faithful to your path when others cannot understand it. It takes courage to continue believing when others are doubtful. It takes courage to trust the process when the people around you cannot see where the road is leading. You must remember that people often speak from their own experiences. They see life through the lens of their own fears, limitations, disappointments, and expectations. Sometimes they discourage you, not because your dream is impossible, but because they cannot imagine it for themselves. Sometimes they question your potential because they have forgotten their own. This is why you must learn to listen carefully. Wisdom is valuable, but not every opinion carries wisdom. Learn from others, but do not surrender your future to voices that are driven by fear rather than truth. There is something powerful about developing confidence that is rooted in growth rather than approval. Confidence does not mean believing that you are perfect. Confidence means believing that you can learn, adapt, improve, and continue moving forward. Confidence means trusting that mistakes are opportunities to grow rather than reasons to quit. Confidence means understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but often part of the path toward it. Many people never discover what they are capable of because they stop at the first sign of resistance. They assume that difficulty is evidence that they should turn around. They mistake challenges for warnings instead of opportunities. But every meaningful journey includes obstacles. Every worthwhile goal requires persistence. Every significant achievement demands effort. If you allow every challenge to convince you that you should quit, you may never experience the rewards that come from perseverance. I want you to stop seeking validation from places that cannot provide lasting peace. Recognition may feel good for a moment, but it cannot replace purpose. Applause may be encouraging, but it cannot replace character. Popularity may be exciting, but it cannot replace growth. The most important work you will ever do is not convincing everyone else of your value. The most important work you will ever do is becoming the person you are capable of becoming. There will be seasons when progress feels lonely. There will be moments when others do not recognize the effort you are making. There will be times when your growth happens quietly and without attention. Do not let that discourage you. Some of the strongest roots develop underground where no one can see them. Some of the greatest transformations happen in private before they become visible in public. Your progress does not become less valuable simply because It is not being celebrated. Remember how much you have already overcome. Remember the obstacles that once seemed impossible. Remember the fears that once controlled you. Remember the lessons you learned through hardship. Every one of those experiences added something valuable to your life. Every challenge strengthened you. Every setback taught you something. Every season contributed to the person you are becoming today. I also want you to be careful not to compare your behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel. Comparison creates discouragement because it rarely shows the full picture. You see the results of another person's journey, but you do not always see the sacrifices, failures, lessons, and challenges that came before those results. Focus on your own growth. Focus on your own progress. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. That is where true fulfillment is found. There are opportunities ahead that require courage. There are decisions ahead that require confidence. There are blessings ahead that require maturity. That is why your growth matters so much. Every lesson you learn today is preparing you for tomorrow. Every act of perseverance is strengthening your foundation. Every step forward is moving you closer to the life you are capable of creating. Do not become discouraged by slow progress. Do not become distracted by criticism. Do not become trapped by comparison. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep improving. Keep moving forward. The people who eventually achieve meaningful things are rarely the people who never face challenges. They are the people who refuse to stop because of them. And as you continue through this series, stay until the very end. Every message is designed to help you strengthen your mindset, deepen your faith, and apply practical wisdom to your daily life. There are still important truths ahead. There are still lessons that can help you overcome obstacles, strengthen your confidence, and walk through life with greater peace and purpose. Do not miss what comes next, because every message is building upon the foundation that is being created within you. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing purpose over approval and growth over comparison, write, "I will stay true to my path," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that your journey is unique. Let them remind you that your value does not depend on other people's opinions. Let them remind you that every lesson, every challenge, and every victory is helping shape your future. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Keep growing. The road ahead may hold opportunities, relationships, breakthroughs, and blessings that are greater than anything you can currently imagine. And your willingness to continue, despite criticism, may become one of the greatest strengths you ever develop. Before you allow a single moment of weakness to convince you that you are losing the battle, stop and listen carefully. There is something I need you to understand today. Many people believe that strength means never struggling. They believe that strong people never feel tired, never experience doubt, and never face moments of uncertainty. But that belief is not true. True strength is not the absence of struggle. True strength is continuing to move forward despite struggle. True strength is choosing faith when fear is present. True strength is choosing hope when circumstances try to take it away. True strength is standing again after life has knocked you down and deciding that your story is not finished. There are seasons when the weight of responsibility feels heavier than usual. There are days when your mind is filled with questions and your heart is searching for answers. There are moments when you look around and wonder if anyone truly understands what you are carrying. During those moments, it becomes easy to focus on everything that is difficult. It becomes easy to magnify every problem and overlook every blessing. But I want you to remember something important. What you focus on grows in your mind. If you focus only on obstacles, obstacles will seem larger. If you focus only on fear, fear will become stronger. But if you focus on growth, gratitude, and possibility, your perspective begins to change. My child, I know there have been moments when you felt exhausted from carrying burdens that others could not see. There were times when you kept your worries hidden behind a smile. There were days when you continued fulfilling your responsibilities, even when your heart felt tired. There were nights when you wondered how much longer you could continue. But despite all of that, you are still here. You are still learning. You are still growing. You are still moving forward. Never underestimate the significance of that. Your perseverance is evidence of strength. Many people spend so much time looking at what remains unfinished that they fail to recognize what has already been accomplished. They become frustrated because they have not yet reached the destination. They forget to appreciate the distance they have already traveled. They overlook the progress they have already made. But progress deserves recognition. Growth deserves acknowledgement. Every lesson learned matters. Every obstacle overcome matters. Every time you chose courage instead of surrender, it mattered. I want you to stop measuring your success only by external achievements. Success is not only found in goals accomplished or rewards received. Success is also found in character developed. Success is found in integrity maintained when compromise seemed easier. Success is found in patience displayed during difficult seasons. Success is found in kindness offered when bitterness seemed justified. These victories may not receive public recognition, but they are shaping the person you are becoming. There is a temptation that often appears during difficult seasons. It is the temptation to believe that your efforts are pointless. When results take time, people begin questioning whether their hard work matters. When answers are delayed, they begin wondering if they should continue. When progress feels slow, they become discouraged. But I want you to remember that some of the most important work happens before results become visible. Seeds grow beneath the soil long before they break through the surface. Foundations are built before buildings rise. Preparation happens before opportunities arrive. You may not be able to see everything that is changing right now, but that does not mean change is absent. Every lesson is adding wisdom. Every challenge is adding strength. Every act of perseverance is building resilience. Every day you refuse to quit is preparing you for something greater. Growth is happening even when it feels invisible. There are opportunities ahead that require the person you are becoming. There are responsibilities ahead that require the maturity you are developing. There are blessings ahead that require the wisdom you are gaining. That is why this season matters so much. Every experience is contributing something valuable to your future. Even the challenges that seem frustrating now may become some of your greatest teachers. I also want you to guard your heart against the belief that you must carry everything alone. Many people become overwhelmed because they try to solve every problem at once. They try to control every outcome. They place impossible expectations upon themselves. But you were never meant to carry the weight of the entire journey in a single day. Focus on today's step. Focus on today's responsibility. Focus on today's opportunity to grow. One step at a time is enough. Remember that peace does not come from having every answer. Peace comes from trusting that you can handle the next step. Peace comes from believing that growth is taking place even when results are delayed. Peace comes from understanding that your worth is not determined by your productivity. You are valuable not because of what you accomplish, but because of who you are becoming. There will be moments when fear tries to return. There will be days when doubt tries to speak. There will be seasons when uncertainty attempts to weaken your confidence. When those moments come, remember how many times you have already overcome challenges. Remember the obstacles that once looked impossible. Remember the strength that carried you through difficult days. Your history contains proof that you are stronger than your fears. Do not become discouraged by temporary setbacks. Do not allow frustration to steal your gratitude. Do not allow delays to destroy your hope. Continue learning, continue growing, continue trusting the process. Every step matters. Every lesson matters. Every day matters. The future is being shaped by the choices you make right now. And as you continue through this series, stay with me until the very end. Every message has been designed to strengthen your faith, build your confidence, and provide practical wisdom that can help you navigate everyday life. There are still important lessons ahead. There are still truths that can help you overcome obstacles, strengthen your character, and move forward with greater peace and purpose. Do not stop now, because what is coming next may be exactly what your heart needs. Before this message comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration. If you are choosing perseverance over discouragement and strength over surrender, write, "I will keep standing," in the comments. Let those words become a reminder that your journey is not over. Let them remind you that your growth is not finished. Let them remind you that every challenge is helping prepare you for something greater. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Keep moving forward. The strength you are building today may become the very foundation that supports the blessings, opportunities, relationships, and breakthroughs waiting for you in the days ahead.